actually ready. Kusasangpo, hello, namaste, and tashtele to everyone, and welcome back to Kay's Kitchen again. And friends, I am here to share with you all how I prepare this beef tripe in Bhutanese style recipe. And this has already been cleaned, and it was cleaned already from the supermarket when I bought it, but I just to make sure I double cleaned it, and so this is cleaned and ready to be boiled. And when I boil it, I'll be adding a little bit of salt with this one. And for boiling process, you can do it in a pressure cooker for like 10 minutes, like 5 to 6 whistles in a pressure cooker, or either you can just boil it in a pot for like 15 to 20 minutes or until this is tender when you like try to poke it. So this is how you will know this has been ready to saute. And the ingredients, that main ingredient that calls for beef tripe, of course it's spicy, so it has to be spicy. So I'm using 2 different kind of chili pepper here. You can just use one. So here I have dalle powder, which is like cherry bomb chili powder. The next one is like Korean chili powder, which gives a very nice color. This is not very spicy. And the other important ingredient for this Bhutanese tripe recipe, it calls for is Szechuan peppers. So this is actually peppers, Szechuan peppers from Bhutan. And I will be crushing this and using it later. So like I said, this is like the main ingredient, this 2, okay, chili and this one. And the other ingredient on the side that I'll be using is tomato, onion, garlic, ginger, and some fresh scallions at the end. So let me prepare this while this is getting boiled. So I will be slicing, dicing, chopping or crushing all those, and I'll share it with you later. So let's start cooking, friends, okay? And friends, not to forget, we of course need oil. So I'll be using extra virgin oil. For this recipe, it calls for a little more oil than the usual oil that usual amount of oil that I use. This one, as well as of course salt, right? It's bitter gourd in the air fryer, bitter gourd, and this okra or ladyfinger that we call it. And the best part about using the air fryer is, friends, you don't have to use a lot of oil. You know how we are used to frying karela and okra in a lot of oil. We don't need to do that anymore. So let's try this recipe. I hope you try it also. It's very healthy. So I will share you the process. So I like to cut my karela like this first. And of course we have to remove the seeds inside. The first part is like this. And what I like to do is with the chopstick, just to go in. And you just remove all the seeds. See? It comes out very easily. And see, you have this ready. And now all you have to do is you just have to cut into like this. And this is the bitter gourd, which I have removed the seed inside. I'm going to add a little bit of salt, a little bit of black pepper, turmeric. It's your choice. You don't have to add anything. A little bit of olive oil. See, just a very little bit of olive oil, and all you do is just toss it, let it marinate for like few minutes. Okra in the air fryer. And like I mentioned, you can add other spices at this time. All I'm adding is some black pepper, olive oil, and salt. That's all I'm going to add onto this one. Okay. And then just toss it. This okra or ladyfinger is ready to go into the air fryer. See, all I did was just added a little bit of olive oil, salt, and some black pepper. So this can go in here. This will be ready in 10 to 15 minutes. I mean, it should not take like 15 minutes. I would think like 10 minutes this should be ready. So here it is, friends. See, very less oil. And friends, for beef tripe, I have been cooking it in a pressure cooker for like 15 minutes. So this is like soft and tender. See, right here. I'm going to slice this into small pieces and then we'll start sauteing this. Okay. And friends, after boiling in the pressure cooker or cooking the pressure cooker for like 15 minutes, so this is like really tender. I'm going to cut into small pieces or like bite size. So it's super tender. So just cut into bite size. You can cut into any shape. Okay, pan is hot and I'm using olive oil and also sauteing in my favorite saute pan, cast iron. It's already hot, so I'm going to add onion first. Next is ginger, crushed ginger. Next is a little bit of salt. I'm not adding a lot of salt here. The reason is because when I boiled the tripe, I added salt, so the tripe is should be a little bit of already salty. Okay. Time to add garlic. And friends, I'm sure like you must be wondering, like, you know, she adds different ingredients at different time. You know, it's just based on my taste, how I cook and how I like it. So I'm not trying to say that, oh, this is the perfect time to add this ingredient or the next ingredient. That's not how it is. So I just like it because I've cooked this same recipe for many times, and before I put it on the YouTube, I tried how it is. So then after that, I just show it to you, share with you guys. And I'm sure a lot of you must be thinking that, oh, she looks like, she's acting as if like she's like expert in cooking. I'm not a chef, but I'm just sharing with you all how I make it. And next, tomato. Because what I have found out, like after cooking for many years, because I love cooking, what I found out is that there is a time to add each ingredient for like each different recipe. When you add it and how it tastes at the end is very important to me. So that's why I'm just trying to share it with you all, how I make my food. Beef tripe. And what I'm going to add is the chili powder. Okay, because if I added the chili powder, you know, your apartment or your house would be smelling like fried chili, so you don't want to do that at the end. Chili powder, and also add the Sichuan pepper. Just add how much you want the Sichuan pepper flavor because it's very strong. Some people don't like it. See, I added a lot of oil. Still then, the oil was not enough, but I'm not going to add more oil to it. And the final ingredient, garnish, is I've taken some scallions. You can add cilantro at this time. Okay, so this is actually ready to enjoy. So taste salt and serve it as a side dish or as an appetizer when you have your friends. And that's what I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to serve this for my friend. And friends, this is what okra looks like after being in the air fryer for like 15 minutes. See, beef tripe, Bhutanese recipe, and okra and bitter gourd. Let's try beef tripe. Super delicious. You guys should try this recipe. Thank you for watching.